Hello everyone, Draven Arts Productions here, and today I got some items at Walmart today. Those items cost around $32.41. Let's see on what I have today. The stuff that I got are Looney Tunes Let Loose, the two Scooby-Doo live-action movies, and of course, the Barney's World plushies of Baby Bop and Billy, or as I like to call him, Billy Joel. Let's go over the DVDs first, starting with the Looney Tunes. Why not start with the DVDs, shall we? Starting with Looney Tunes Let Loose, which is a family multi-feature which contains some various Looney Tunes movies. So you have Tweety on the cover, and then Over 5 Hours of Fun, which the movies that you get are Looney Tunes Rabbit's Run from 2015, Taz-Mania, Taz on the Loose, and Tweety's High Flying Adventure. And that's the front of the cover. And then you have the side and the back itself. And then you have some descriptions of the films and shows and all that. And then, of course, 3 times the adventures with your favorite Looney Tunes friends. So yeah, really nice. You have Rabbit's Run, Taz-Mania, Taz on the Loose, which one of the images was taken from Taz-Mania from the early 90s. And I remember watching that show back in 2023 or 2024 when Boomerang is starting to put some programs which has not been seen in years, and Tweety's High Flying Adventure. And this is the various licensing information. I don't know when this came out, and if you know, please let me know in the comments. Alright, I got my trusty scissors and I'm cutting through the plastic wrapping. Simple as that. And then here are the discs themselves. So you have Rabbit's Run from 2015, and then Tweety's High Flying Adventure, and then lastly Taz-Mania, Taz on the Loose, which I do think that it does contain Taz-Mania episodes. I would have to look into it because that's interesting. So yeah, that's Looney Tunes Let Loose, and I will plan to get The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie on Amazon later in the month or in early June, whenever I get the chance. Alright, on to the Scooby-Doo films, which are the Scooby-Doo 2002 and Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed, a family double feature pack. I remember seeing the first live-action Scooby-Doo film at middle school, but I never even saw the sequel, aside from a good amount of clips online on YouTube. So it's great to have them in a double feature DVD. Here's the front, the side, and the back itself. And then, of course, you got the descriptions, and then the screenshots from the movies. And then, of course, some special featurettes. And then, of course, the various licensing information, 2002, 2004, and all of that. And then 2006, and all of that. Copyright information and all of that. PG for some of its rude humor, and, of course, language. Alright. Let's open this thing. Simple as that. And here are the discs themselves, which are plain, but has the titles. So, that's something. And then here is its sequel. it will be nice to revisit Scooby-Doo at some point. And for the sequel, I'm pretty sure I will have a fun time with it, since I never know too much about it. So yeah, a really nice addition to the Scooby DVD collection. And that is the DVDs. Alright, the moment that you Barney fans have been waiting for. The Barney's World plushies of Baby Bop and Billy. Or as I like to call him, Billy Joel, as I said before. We'll start off with Baby Bop, but first, let's look at the tag. So you have Baby Bop right here, the Barney's World logo, 2+, and then Mattel, the literal company, and then all the various licensing information, info, empowered generations through play, and all of that. So yeah, pretty standard. Alright guys, I took off the little tag, and let's take a look at Baby Bop. And as you can see, there's her face, and it's captured pretty decently, including the purple eye color, iris. And then of course there's her hair, and then the texture on her pink stomach, although it may come off as magenta on camera, but it's actually pink. And then of course her toes as well. And then at the back, it has absolutely nothing, despite the fact that Baby Bop had spots in the show. And as you can see from this one image on the Barney Wiki right now, she does have those darker green spots, although they can be hard to see because the spots just blend in with her. They seriously cannot even literally have the darker green spots around her body as well as her back. I mean, you gave those little details on the right and left sides of her face, so why can't they literally do the same thing to here? Anyways, here's the little Barney tag and all the licensing information. There's the Fisher-Price logo, Lions Partnership, and all of that. So, yeah. Anyway, my thoughts on this Baby Bop plush from Barney's World. She's alright. She could have been a little bit better. So in conclusion, I give the Barney's World Baby Bop plush a 7.3 out of 10. She is okay, but she could have been better. Anyway, let's move on to Billy, or Billy Joel. Let's go and look at the tag first. So you have the render of Billy, and then Barney's World, and then the Mattel logo, and then 2+, and then the licensing information, the Mattel logo, and all of that. So yeah, pretty standard. Oh yeah, and I also forgot to show you this little hook attached to Billy right here, which is also the reason why I forgot to show you this little hook that Baby Bop had on her back and just cut it off screen. Anyway, I'll go ahead and tear off the little tag and this little hanger. Alright guys, I'm back. Let's take a look at him. So as you can see, Billy is alright of the whole head sculpture. And he has that little horn that he has in the show, despite the fact that Protoceratops never even had horns. And then, of course, his little hair tufts, which they are not accurate to the show at all, thus making his hair blend in with the rest of his body. This is what Billy's hair looks like. It looks kind of like a reddish brown. They could have had his hair tuft better. Anyway, so you have that nice stomach texture, and then the toes that he has. And then, of course, at the back, he gets absolutely nothing. Again, he had a good amount of spots on his back and everything else in the show. And overall, Billy could have done better. So overall, Billy is kind of average and kind of okay. So therefore, I give this plush a 7 out of 10. So out of all of the Barney's World plushies, Barney easily beats Baby Bop and Billy Joe because he has the most effort put into him, making him pretty accurate of how he was in the show. Anyway, that is my Walmart pickup haul of May 15th. I hope you guys enjoy. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and let me know what are your thoughts on these items. This is Dre Edwards, signing off, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, everyone.